Welcome back to Acorn Cottage. Today in the studio, we are making vintage-style Pinecone candy ball ornaments. These are based on turn-of-the-century German candy containers that were hung on the Christmas tree. We are using a two-part container trimmed with pinecone scales, lacquered holly leaves, dusted with mica flakes, and then tied up with ribbon to secure treats inside. Let's get started. You will need a 3-inch round pressed paper container, which are available in my Etsy store. A link will be below in the description. Pinecone scales, craft paint in gold metallic, dark brown, and white chalk paint, gold cord, holly trim, ribbon, and Dresden trims. Other supplies you'll need are a paintbrush, hot glue, clear tacky glue, and mica flakes. To start, we're going to paint the inside gold, then the outside the dark brown as a base for the pinecone scales. I used a medium-sized pinecone from my yard and cut off the scales with a wire cutter. I used approximately 150 medium scales to cover the ball. Here is a tip for painting pressed paper containers, such as these ball containers, or the egg and the pressed pinecone containers I also have in my Etsy store. Use light coats of paint. You don't want to get the paper too wet, as they absorb the moisture and start to get out of shape, and then the two halves may not fit back together. So paint light coats and dry in between coats. Here I am just painting a light coat of the brown as a base for the pinecone scales. You can see I hot glued the scales in circular rows around the ball. I start with the bottom half, gluing one scale in the center, then starting a row of 5 scales. The next row will go in between the scales and continue up in circular rows until I reach the top of the lip. For the top half, I start the scales with a 1/4 inch overhang, which will cover the bottom lip when the two halves come together. and I will glue circular rows around until I get to the top, trying to keep the top flat so I can glue on the holly trims and the cord hanger. You can see I dry brushed some white chalk paint on the scale tips to reflect snow. So using a dry brush, I lightly brush the scales. After the paint has dried, I use clear tacky glue to attach some mica flakes. I believe all ornaments should have an element of sparkle to catch the light on a Christmas tree. Once dry, I brush off any excess mica. And here is a tip so the two halves don't stick together. I use some plain chapstick on the lip of the container. Now they will slide together easily. Next, I will add a gold cord hanger and lacquered holly leaves to the top half. I cut a loop of cord, tied a knot, and attached it to the top with hot glue. For the holly leaves, I trimmed the stem and bent it towards the back, then attached one on both sides of the gold hanger, leaving room in the middle to tie the ribbon. For the ribbon to secure the treats inside, I use rayon seam binding ribbon, and I cut about 24 inches. I glue it to the bottom and then use a Dresden flower to help secure it. Now you can fill the container with treats, tie up the ribbon, and hang it on your tree or give it as a unique holiday gift. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And for unique crafting supplies and holiday decor, please visit my Etsy store. We'll see you next time.